And welcome to another episode of the Black and White United Show. I'm your host, Andreas. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. In today's video, we're going to continue the Player Spotlight series, and in this video, it's Jordan De Goey. Roll the intro.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Okay, so if we look at Jordy's season as a whole, obviously majorly interrupted. He started off pre-season really strong, and then obviously he had to have that time off in the middle through injury. He finished last season off, with that injury in 2024, with the hamstring against Carlton. So he missed out on a little bit of a chunk there. He went to Dubai, got himself 100%, or as best as he could. Started off really well, and then obviously, got himself injured, missed a whole chunk of footy in the middle, as we know. Obviously, after that, he sort of, started gaining form. I thought he was one of our better players in that really bad loss to Hawthorn, even though there were no good players. What do we want from Jordy? I mean, if he can start off the way that he finished the season, it would be fantastic. Obviously, in that prelim final, he copped a bit of a knock early on, so he didn't really see the game out too strong. If we had won, obviously, he would have been, cherry ripe for the grand final. But, there's just, you just want to see Jordy put together a full season because anything's possible with him. And if you look at, the seasons going past, I'm talking pretty much from even from 2021, 2022 onwards, it's like he's missed a whole bunch of footy in the middle and he's had to do another preseason, within the season to get himself right. Now, does that mean then, regardless if it was misdemeanors or whatever and club imposed sanctions or whatever it was and he had to get himself right or, overseas trips or whatever, at the end of the day, he's one of the most important players at the football club. He is an X factor. He is the person who he's a match winner. He's the person who he can be, okay all game, give him 10 minutes in the third quarter, 10 minutes in the last quarter, and he will completely change the whole trajectory of the game, regardless of the margin and whether we're in front or whether we are behind. And he showed that this season in some of the games that he played, especially towards the end of the season. And we can't undersell his importance. We can't undersell the value that he brings to this football team. He's been in the spotlight with the media for so long, and sometimes for no reason whatsoever. And I think if he can get himself right, and he's already back at training, he came to training on Monday with the first to 4 year players. Obviously, this Monday, everybody comes back. So he's already got that week up his sleeve, with the training loads and stuff like that, which I don't want to keep saying training loads throughout the season. But with Jordy, it's pretty important that he's managed the way he trains. And then, now you can get him, you can put him through the ringer if you really wanted to. But you just got to get him right because, unfortunately, the perception is that he's made of glass a little bit. One little slight injury which would take someone 1 week or 2 weeks to recover on, may take him 4 to 6. And that's not good because, he's going to miss out on a significant chunk of football. And that's, times where, we could be pushing for a top 4 spot. We could be pushing for a final spot. We could be at the point of the season where our fixture gets a bit more difficult and we need someone like him, to help us raise the bar. I don't want no more pre-seasons within a season from Jordy. I want to see him, really live up to the hype. And, for the last few years of his career, however long he's got, just to really, give it 110%, get his body cherry ripe, ready to go. And who knows where we can go. Now, does this mean that in order for Jordy to play his best footy, what position is he better at for us? I'm thinking as a full-time forward, put him in the forward pocket, let him do his thing in the forward line. And I know it won't happen, but I would put him in the forward line and then get him to rotate through the midfield, pinch hit in the midfield. I think someone like a Bo McCreary this season needs to be a full-time mid, and then he could swap with Jordan De Goey, he then can go in the forward line and then Geordie can go pinch hit in the middle. But I think Geordie's best football, his ultimate best football is in the forward line. What's made him a superstar is obviously his work throughout the middle, but we know his best football, you leave him in the forward line and he'll be able to do what he needs to do, especially if he's deep in the forward line. I think he's just got that body for that explosive speed out of the forward pocket to crash the pack. He can also lead up front and open up the forward line and then horseshoe back in. It's going to be an interesting season from Geordie. And look, to be honest, if he has a consistently okay season and doesn't get injured and impacts the games, I'll be happy with it. But I think it's time to see Jordan De Goey's name at the Copeland Trophy night in the top 5. I think it's time to see Jordan De Goey up on stage receiving an award. He's a premiership player. He's an X factor. He's a champion of our football club. But it's time for him to raise the bar. And for the last few years of his career, however long he's got, it could be 4, could be 5 years left, whatever it is, make an impact, help us get to number 17. But for his sake personally, let's be an X factor the entire season. Tell me what you think. Make sure you drop a comment, call it as you see it. And as always, skate the pies.